So, turns out the people of Walhalla in the late 1800s were a gruesome bunch, and they were pretty tough. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we see at the top. In this episode, we head to Walhalla, located around 200 kilometres to the east of Melbourne in the Victorian High Country.
So we've come along to the Noojee Trestle Bridge, which was built between 1917 and 1919. And at the time of its construction, it was actually the biggest bridge of its type in the Southern Hemisphere. And it was used primarily to transport timber from the forests of Noojee down to Warragul and nearby towns. However, it also transported passengers and goods and livestock. And it is 21 meters tall and 102 meters long. Unfortunately, there was a major bushfire in 1926, which devastated the local communities and burnt along the bridges along the railway. The bridge was restored in 2007. The bolts and the timbers and the beams were repaired, the piles were repaired.
After the Trestle Bridge, we stopped to check out Toorongo Falls, which are fairly near the bridge, before continuing our journey to Walhalla. Wendy. She's run off ahead. Where are we?
Toorongo Falls.
Toorongo what?
Toorongo Falls.
Which one's this school?
Sorry?
Which fall is this at Toorongo?
I don't know. Which one is it?
Amphitheatre.
Ah!
From the falls, we took the unsealed South Face Road to Walhalla, which offers fantastic views of the surrounding high country and the mountain ash rainforests. The road is well kept, but can get a bit treacherous in the winter. Walhalla is a small gold mining town established in the late 1800s. There are currently about 20 people living there. The town itself is beautiful in that the old buildings are well kept and the place has a magical feel to it. There are plenty of stories to keep your mind occupied. The local pub, the Wally, is easygoing and offers decent tucker. The locals were keen to have a chat and find out what we had planned, with plenty of tips on offer.
Don't forget to bring a watch on the hike.
I did.
Thanks for telling me then. Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go find us some mushroom rocks.
Okay.
I think
Where
it's
are we?
cold. We are up Mount Erica, going to Mushroom Rocks, 1.5 kilometers or 3-kilometer round trail, then extra 2 kilometers to go to the summit.
No, we're not even halfway yet.
Oh, so muddy.
Can you hear the birds?
We've just been walking along and we've heard some black cockatoos up in the trees. So we're just stopping to see if we can spot them and catch some video. I don't know if you can see them, but they're just up there in that tree. There's a pair. Can you hear them?
So it's like 4 degrees. I've got a pair of shorts on, and we decided it'd be a good idea to go for a walk in the forest to the top of a mountain, and they could be safe. We've got some emergency supplies. We have a packet of hobnobs and a bottle of water.
So we made it to Mushroom Rock. We're just having a banana and mandarin break. Dan has made it up onto one of the rocks, but it was a bit of a scrabble, so I decided to play it safe and just have a sit here while he's up there.
We got to the Mushroom Rock. They got this funny formation to them where they actually look like a mushroom. And apparently, I'm no geologist. They're formed by the snow and water erosion over thousands and thousands of years, where the water causes the softer rock underneath to get eroded away, leaving the mushroom formation. You ready for a workout? Walhalla is full of some scary, creepy stories, and we're on our way up to the cricket ground, and this is by no means an exception. Behind me is the grave of Sarah Hanks, and she was the only smallpox victim in Walhalla, and she was basically isolated, a bit like we had last year, by the town, and yeah, until she died, and then they brought her up here and torched her house.
Look what we found when we got to the top. There's a little fridge, and inside it's got cricket balls, cricket bats, and it's even got a footy. So if you want to have a match, maybe you can come up with a group. You can play a match. miners in the town actually cleared the top of this hill and took the rubble down. It was cleared with pickaxes and shovels and done by hand because the town ran out of sporting facilities to use. So as more people came to the town, they ran out of space to play sports. They had a bowling green, they had a tennis court, they had a rugby field, but they didn't have a cricket ground. So they built the cricket ground up here, and it was finished in the late 1870s. They held numerous different sporting events up here. One famous one was the rugby match between the Walhalla rugby team and the Baw Baw rugby team, where first the ball was punctured, so they sent someone down the mountain to go and collect another one on the back of a mule. When they came back, the second time was that the ball was kicked over the edge and landed in front of one of the horses tied up, which startled the horse, which then stood on the rugby ball and punctured the rugby ball. So they had to send someone down for a third time, but that person was so thirsty by the time they got to the bottom of the hill that he just stopped at the town pub for a drink. He was there for over an hour. By the time he got back up here, it was starting to get dark, but they carried on and they played into the night, where they lit fires by the goals, and they just kicked the ball towards the fires, and that was a goal. So pretty cool place, top of a mountain. We just had our own cricket match between ourselves, where I found out that Dan has no idea how to bowl a ball and I have no idea how to hit a ball.